We go live to Belize. Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel continues on his official visit. The Central American nation holds a historic meeting of the National Assembly and Senate and House of Representatives with the participation of the Cuban president.
Productive and well because of Cuba's critical care program. There are beautiful cases of children now walking and talking. In Belize, cuando ellos mismos se encuentran luchando para sobrevivir bajo las severas sanciones que les han impuesto. Sabemos que su ayuda no se debe al exceso, sino a la voluntad de dar de lo poco que tienen.
To provide from the little they have.
Esto es el reflejo
This is a reflect
del espíritu de su país y sus gentes. We in Belize, and in fact all other countries benefiting from Cuba's solidarity, should be aware of the fact that Cuba has consistently extended a helping hand, even as they themselves fighting for survival under the savage sanctions imposed on them. Este tipo de situaciones no se da al azar, sino depende de un sistema socioeconómico
but it depends from
que
socioeconomic system
el acceso
prioritize
a
the
la
access
salud
to
básica,
health,
a la
basic health, education,
y pone énfasis en el
and make
desarrollo
emphasis
científico
on
desde hace
scientific
muchas
development.
décadas. Es el resultado
This is the
de una
result
revolución del pueblo cubano
of a
y de su
revolution from the
líder
Cuban
histórico,
government
Fidel Castro.
and his historical leader Fidel Castro.
That sort of thing cannot just happen. It must depend on a social and economic system that prioritizes primary health care, universal education, emphasis on scientific development over the decades. It is a result of a revolution made by the people of Cuba and its historic leader, Fidel Castro. One of the most uplifting and joyful moments in our nation's history was the day when Fidel placed the Jose Marti Medal on the late Right Honorable George Brice, one national hero to another. Nicolas Guillen, Cuba's great national poet, wrote, "Lo que Martí prometió,
Promise, Fidel fulfilled it."
I don't think I need to translate this, right? I think everyone understands. But just in case, what Martí promised, Fidel delivered. Belize commends Cuba's steadfast commitment to provide both immediate relief in times of emergency and longer-term capacity building to developing and developed countries. Belize congratulates Cuba for its advocacy for others in the developing world in its various roles, such as the critical role they will play as chair of the Group of 77 plus China within the United Nations system. Belize notes that these actions take place in the face of an unjust and illegal financial, commercial, and trade embargo imposed by the United States of America. Belize further condemns the unjustified designation of Cuba as a state sponsor of terrorism. We continue to urge the United States government to remove Cuba from the state sponsors of terrorism list, as there is no legal nor moral justification for Cuba to remain. In spite of these challenges, Cuba's support continues to have a transformative impact on growth and development of the struggling developing countries of the world, including Belize, and for this we are grateful. On behalf of the people of Belize, we thank you for your example of resistance, solidarity, and collaboration. It is now, therefore, our distinct privilege and honor, Mr. President, to invite you to address this special joint sitting of the National Assembly.
Honorable John Briceño, Primer Ministro y Ministro
Dear
de
John
Finanzas,
Briceño,
Desarrollo
Prime
Económico
Minister of
y
Belize,
Inversiones. Honorable Marco Nilial,
Honorable
Presidente
Marco
de la
Lial,
Cámara de Representantes.
President of the Chamber of Deputies,
Honorables Carol y Trench, Señora Presidenta del Senado, miembros del Parlamento,
Member of the Parliament,
miembros del Cuerpo Diplomático,
members of the diplomatic body,
distinguidos invitados,
distinguished guests.
hermanas y hermanos beliceños. Me dirijo a ustedes en esta
I
sección
address to you in
especial,
this special session,
profundamente conmovido por las
deeply
muestras de cariño recibidas
touched by your
desde nuestra llegada
welcoming
y el honor que nos hacen
and the honor
invitarnos a dirigirles.
you gave us, inviting us here.
No es algo que nos sorprenda.
This is
El
not a
Caribe
surprise
que
to
nos
us.
une también nos singulariza
The
como
Caribbean
pueblo,
unite
pequeños en
us.
territorio y población, pero grandes en el espíritu
We are small
y
territories,
generosos
but
en el abrazo.
big ones in spirits.
Más de una vez,
More
a
than
lo
once,
largo de la historia de nuestras relaciones,
throughout the
hemos
history
tenido
of our
pruebas de ese
relations,
afecto, que es mutuo y gratificante. De manera que al dirigirme a ustedes, lo hago agradeciendo y
I thank you
reconociendo el respeto y aprecio que esta invitación muestra por el pueblo cubano, hermano del beliceño, al que respetamos
the Cuban people, which is brother from the Belizean people,
en los sentimientos que nos
And
unen
the feelings that bring us
país
together that
subyacen
to these
hechos
beautiful
históricos.
countries, there are notable
Belice
events.
fue visitado por
Belize
nuestro
was
héroe
visited by our
nacional
national hero Jose
en dos
Marti
etapas diferentes de su vida,
twice in his life,
siendo niño
when he was a
y además
child and
siendo
also
adulto.
when he was an adult.
Cuba ha recibido las
Cuba
ilustres
has
visitas
received the
de los
distinguished
primeros ministros
visits
Musa,
by
Bien
Prime
Bajo
Ministers
y John Briceño.
Said Musa, Balco,
A los
and
dos
Briceño.
últimos
And the last
tuve el
two,
placer
I
de
had the
recibirlos.
pleasure to receive
Recordamos
them. I
especialmente
especially
la
recall
histórica visita
the
que en el
historic
año
visit
2005
made
nos hizo
to
George
Cuba
Price,
by George
cuando el
Price in
comandante en jefe
2005
Fidel Castro
when the
le impuso al
Commander-in-Chief
primer
Fidel
ministro la
Castro
orden José Martí.
awarded to
Me
the former
cuentan
Prime Minister, the
que
Jose
cuando se
Marti
decidió
was
otorgarle la
advised that
condecoración
when
al
the
padre de la
decision
patria
was
de Belice,
made to
se valoró que debido a su
pin
edad
this award on
avanzada y
him,
estado de
it
salud,
was recommended that
una
given his
delegación
advanced
cubana
age,
viniera.
the delegation should come to Belize.
Al consultarle a George
When
Price,
consulted,
respondió que él
Mr.
iría a
Price
Cuba
said he would come to
bajo
Cuba
cualquier circunstancia
under any
para que
circumstance
Fidel
to
le entregara la
receive
orden.
from Fidel in person.
Agrego un dato más.
Here's
del valor de
another
George Price.
story that speaks highly of
Durante los
John
trámites de
Price's
su viaje a Cuba,
values.
llenó
In
un
his
formulario
Cuba travel arrangements, he
y en la
completed a
case-
form,
en la casilla de
and in
categoría
the
de
box
empleo
asking
escribió
for his
trabajador.
occupation, he wrote, worker.
Recordamos
We
y
recall
agradecemos de
with
corazón
wholehearted
el
appreciation
homenaje
the
que en el año
tribute
2018 un parlamento como
paid
este,
by this
el
parliament
líder
to
histórico
the
de la
historic
Revolución
leader of the
cubana,
Cuban Revolution in
en el segundo
2018
aniversario de su
to mark 2
desaparición
years
física.
since his passing.
Por esas y otras muchas
For
razones,
these and other
estoy
many reasons,
especialmente
I'm
honrado
particularly
de
honored
que las circunstancias
that the
históricas
historic
me hayan dado
circumstances
la
have given
oportunidad
me
de
the
ser el primer
opportunity to
jefe de
be
Estado de la República de
Cuba's
Cuba
first head
y
of state
realizar una
to
visita
pay
oficial
a state
a
visit to Belize.
Más de 1,000 cubanos
Over
han prestado
1,000
sus
Cubans
servicios en
have
Belice desde
provided services in
1990,
Belize since
cuando se
1990,
inició la cooperación
when the
médica
Cuban
cubana.
medical cooperation first started here.
Varias áreas han tenido también el
Other
beneficio de nuestras
sectors have also
relaciones,
benefited from our
como la
relations,
formación de recursos
including
humanos, la
education,
construcción,
construction,
el deporte,
sports,
la cultura
and
y
culture.
otras. Hoy 122
Today,
cubanas y cubanos
122
comparten
Cubans
con sus hermanos
share
beliceños
their expertise
conocimientos y labores
with their
en
brothers
la
and
salud
sisters in the
y el
Caribbean
deporte.
in areas such as
Decenas de
sports
jóvenes cubanos
and
se beneficiaron de los programas de
healthcare. Dozens of
perfeccionamiento del
young
idioma
Cubans
inglés
have benefited
que nos
from the
ofreció
English language
Belice.
training programs offered by Belize.
Este breve recuento
This brief account
confirma que Belice y
confirms
Cuba
that
son
Belize and
naciones que han
Cuba
gozado
have
de
enjoyed
excelentes
excellent
relaciones donde han
relations
primado el respeto
underpinned
y la
by
cooperación
respect
mutua.
and
Esta
cooperation.
visita
This
estimula aún más
visit
nuestro
further
compromiso y
enhances
solidaridad
our commitment
con
to
este pueblo que supo con
solidarity with
inteligencia
these
obtener y
people that
preservar su
obtained
independencia
and has
y
preserved its
hallar un camino
independence
para su desarrollo.
intelligently and has charted
Cuba no dudó
its own
nunca
path
en
for
dar su apoyo a las
development. Cuba
peticiones de los
never
patriotas
hesitated
beliceños
in
que
her
trabajaron
response to the
afanosamente
request from
por
Belizean
conseguir su
patriots
independencia
who worked so
y
hard
asumió
for
esa batalla
independence, and
como
Cuba
una
embraced
causa propia.
their cause as
Estimados
her own.
beliceños,
Dear
los
Belizeans,
intercambios con el primer
our
ministro y su
discussions
delegación
with the Prime Minister and his
facilitarán la búsqueda de
delegation will
nuevas
seek to
oportunidades de
identify
cooperar
new
en
opportunities
proyectos
for
conjuntos para
cooperation
beneficio de
in joint
nuestros pueblos.
projects in the benefit of our
Si algo ha
peoples.
distinguido nuestras relaciones bilaterales
Here is a
es que
distinctive
han
feature.
trascendido las formalidades
Our
diplomáticas
bilateral
para
relations have gone
convertirse en
beyond
vínculos
diplomatic
de pueblos
formalities to operate as bonds
verdaderamente hermanos.
between two brotherly
Cuba, que se vio
peoples.
fuertemente impactada
Cuba
por la
was
pandemia,
hit hard by
no
the
solo en la
recent
salud de su
pandemic
población, sino también el desenvolvimiento de la economía,
that affected not
conoce
only our
cómo
people but
afectó
also our
la
economic
COVID-19 a
performance.
Belice.
We know that Belize was
Nuestras dos
also hit
naciones
hard.
han sufrido
Our
también,
two
y más de una vez,
nations have
el
also
efecto devastador
been stricken
de severos
by
desastres naturales como
devastating
los
natural
ciclones,
disasters
con
such
la
as
pérdida de
hurricanes
valiosas vidas
that have
y
caused
altos costos
valuable
económicos.
human losses and significant
En
economic
medio de esas
damages.
circunstancias,
Under these
hallamos la manera de
circumstances,
ayudarnos
we have
mutuamente,
found ways to help
conscientes de que
each
aun
other
cuando la ayuda ofrecida
on
no
the
fuera
understanding
suficiente,
that such a help
sería
was
sincera,
not enough, but it was
útil
always
y
sincere
alejada de la
and
temporalidad
useful,
de los
and
amigos de ocasión.
it was distant from
Reconozco y agradezco en
assistance,
nombre del pueblo y
seasonal
gobierno
assistance.
cubano la ayuda
On
desinteresada
behalf
que
of the
recibimos
Cuban
desde
people and government,
Belice,
we recognize
tanto
and
durante
thank
la pandemia de
the
COVID-19
Belizean people
como
for
ante
its
la
selfless
explosión de la base de
assistance
supertanqueros de
during
Matanzas
the pandemic of
y
COVID-19
posteriormente
and the
tras
explosion
el
at
paso
the
por Cuba
oil
del
terminal in
poderoso
Matanzas and
huracán
in the
Ian.
wake of powerful
Para Cuba,
Hurricane Ian.
la
For
pandemia
Cuba,
estuvo acompañada
the
de
pandemic
recrudecimientos
was
sin precedentes del
compounded
bloqueo
by the
económico,
flare-up of
comercial y
the
financiero
commercial,
impuesto a nuestro pueblo,
economic, and financial
una política que
blockade
el gobierno
being
pueblo de Belice
imposed by the
han
USA,
condenado
policy
y
that has
exigido
been
que se levante
condemned
de
by the
manera
people and
sostenible y
government
firme,
of
lo
Belize
cual
in a
agradezco en
consistent
nombre de
fashion,
Cuba.
and I thank you for that on
Ese
behalf of
bloqueo
Cuba.
sigue ahí
This blockade
y
remains in place,
nosotros seguimos
but our
enfrentándolo
people
con la
continues
solidaridad
to
mundial de nuestro lado,
confront it with the
pero
well
también con toda
solidarity
la
on our
capacidad
side,
de
but also
resistir
with our
de que ha dado
capacity
pruebas el digno
to
pueblo
resist
cubano
and create,
por más de 6
evidence of
décadas.
which has been given by the Cuban
También
people for
nos
over
acosa
6 decades.
con una brutal
We are also
campaña
under the siege
mediática
of a brutal
que
media
pretende
campaign that
dividirnos,
intends to divide us and separate us
singularizarnos en nuestro
and
entorno natural y
single
hacia el resto
single
del mundo.
out in our
No quieren otra
natural
Cuba
environment.
resistente y
They don't want
desafiante
to
las
see
prácticas
any
de
other
sometimiento
resistant
y
Cuba
subordinación que los
against the
poderosos
practices of
siempre han
subordination that the
querido
powerful have
imponer a
always
otros.
wanted to impose on others.
Hermanos beliceños,
Brothers and sisters from
estamos
Belize, we
seguros
are
de que con esta
certain
visita
that this
se
visit will
consolidarán y
further
fortalecerán
strengthen the
aún más los
bonds
vínculos de
of
amistad
friendship
y
and
solidaridad
solidarity
entre nuestras
between
dos
our
naciones.
two nations.
Esta visita
This visit
constituye
is
además
also
un primer
a
paso
first step
para el cumplimiento de los
in
acuerdos
compliance
logrados
with the
por
resolutions
Cuba,
adopted
CARICOM,
at the
Cuba.
8th Cuba CARICOM Summit meeting.
Confirmo que podrán
Let me
seguir contando
confirm.
con Cuba
Rest
ante
assured,
los
you will
inmensos
always be
desafíos que
able to
siempre
rely on
tendrán por
Cuba
delante
in the face
los
of the
pequeños
immense
estados de
challenges
espiritualidad
ahead of the
inmensa
small
como los
state
nuestros.
of immense
A su lado,
spirituality
como
such as
siempre,
ours.
nos
On your
tendrán.
side,
Que
we
vivan
will
las
always be
relaciones
there. Long
darle
Que vivan las relaciones
Long
de
live
hermandad
the
entre Belice
brotherly
y
relations
Cuba.
between Belize and Cuba.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
We are watching live the historic event with that in Belize as Díaz-Canel visits the nation. This is an historic event. It's a meeting of the National Assembly, the Senate, the House of Representatives. All political figures are here present, and President Díaz-Canel is the special guest taking part in this historic event in Belize. Both presidents have reaffirmed their solidarity and bonds of friendship between the people of Belize and Cuba. This visit of Díaz-Canel to Belize is historic. It's the first visit of a Cuban president to the nation since the establishment of diplomatic relations back in July 15, 1995. The agenda that Díaz-Canel is following here in Belize included the signing of agreements which already took place before coming out to this historic meeting. Let's continue listening to the event.
Care or sports, to name a few. I have no doubt you have enjoyed our warm hospitality. Excellency, please accept our highest regards to you and your government and people. Muchas gracias, Excellency.
President Miguel Díaz-Canel Bermudez. It is indeed an honor and a great privilege to have you address the sitting of the National Assembly of Belize. We hope that you and your delegation get to experience the friendly hospitality of our beautiful people during your stay. Thank you for visiting Belize. On behalf of the honorable members from the upper and lower houses of Parliament, thank you for honoring us with your presence here today. I would like to say that the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Valerie Woods, who is out of the country due to family medical reasons, sends her apologies for not being here today to witness this special occasion. She extends her best wishes to Your Excellency on this historic occasion, and appreciation and respect for the long, outstanding relationships between our two countries.
Motion relating to the business or sitting of the House.
I recognize the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Economic Development and Investment.
Mr. Speaker, I move that at this rising today, the House adjourned to a date fixed by the Speaker.
Honorable members, the question is that the House is rising today adjourned to a date to be fixed by the Speaker. All those in favor, kindly say aye. Aye. Those against, kindly say no. I think the ayes have it. I recognize the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Economic Development and Investment.
Mr. Speaker, before I move the motion for the adjournment, let me associate myself to the remarks made by Madam President of the Senate and by you, Mr. Speaker, for recording our appreciation to the President of the Republic of Cuba. President Miguel Díaz-Canel Bermudez, your visit to Belize certainly signals your appreciation for the cordial and friendly relations that our two countries have maintained over the years. Once again, I thank you, and on behalf of the people of Belize. I don't move.
Honorable members, the question is that the House now adjourn. All those in favor, kindly say aye.
Aye.
Those against, kindly say no.
No.
I think the ayes have it. The House now stands adjourned.
All right, and so there we had it. That brings us to the end of this special sitting of the House of Representatives. April, we saw a number of speeches. Yes. We saw the Prime Minister.
We're watching live from Belize the historic meeting of the nation's National Assembly, House of Representatives, and the Senate. Prime Minister John Briceño, addressing the meeting, highlighted the bonds of friendship that exists between Cuba and Belize and thanked the Caribbean island for its support and aid provided to the country. The Prime Minister also condemned the U.S. blockade and demanded its end. Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel said Belize and Cuba might be small territories, but its spirits and people are great. The Cuban President praised the relations between both people and thanked Belize for its support against coercive unilateral sanctions and the blockade. Like this, for now we have come to the end of this news brief. You can find these and many other stories on our website at telesurenglish.net. You can also join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, and TikTok. For Telesur English, I'm Luis Alberto Matos. Thank you for watching.